Hey, I'm Patti from AldermanFarms, and we're in Portland. It's our last night here, and I need to make us some sourdough pita bread for our trip, and I want to teach Cameron and Kayla and Erica how to make it. And so what I brought with me was my flour already mixed up with, I have poppy seeds in it to help it bind together. And so this is flour, salt, and my poppy seeds, and flax seeds, and psyllium husk. And so I've got that already made up. All I have to add is sourdough starter and water. So I'm going to go ahead and add my starter.
Whose starter is that?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not my starter. It's actually Cameron's starter. I didn't bring that.
That's right.
Because I knew Cameron would have starter. So, and actually we've just taken it out the fridge, so it's kind of thick, but that's okay.
Quarter cup?
1/4 of a cup here.
Dormant, some might say.
Yeah, it's probably dormant, but that's okay for pita because we don't have to have it rise that much. Okay, now I have to get my water. I forgot to have that poured up. They have super hot tap water, so I'm gonna do this rather quick. It gets so hot, I burned myself today. And I'm putting 1/2 cup in here. This is 1/2 of a recipe that I'm bringing with us on our trip. So there's that.
How much water did you put in?
That was 1/2 cup. It was 1/4 of a cup twice. And you're just gonna mix that up like that. And like I said, I have all my ingredients in here, so I just have to add the flour to the water.
Super simple.
Real easy. And like I said, this sourdough starter had been in the fridge, so it's a little harder to mix up, but it's mixing up pretty good now. So this is a great, easy thing to bring with you if you are on a trip because it's real easy to just mix it up. So.
And sometimes when we're traveling, we've used a little single burner propane thing that just screws on the top of a propane bottle with a little iron skillet.
It's real easy. And also, this is going to be more, it's not going to be like bread dough, it's going to be a real moist dough. So it keeps really good in the fridge. Yeah, and I leave it in the fridge up to 2 weeks sometimes. And you know, like's happened to me before when I've been cooking, when I've been out of town, sometimes, I should have actually done my flour first and not my water, because sometimes in different areas I have found that I don't need as much flour. Sometimes I need more, and
some of that depends on relative humidity, elevation,
and
temperature.
they don't have humidity here. It is raining outside, but it's not humid like Mississippi humid.
So what consistency are you looking for?
Just like thicker than pancake batter. You don't want to have to pour it, but much stickier than bread dough. When Tommy brought me my bag of my pita flour, I call it, he saw the little black marks in it. He said, "Patti, I think this flour has bugs in it." He saw my poppy seeds. And I actually make, and I'm using spelt flour, I actually mix it a little bit thicker because I find that it gets, for some reason when I have it refrigerated, it gets more soft. So this is kind of looking more like bread dough right now. But it'll actually get, it's like it gets more liquid or something. Okay, so that's all I'm going to mix in. I didn't quite use all of my pita flour. And what I'll do with this is I'll cover it and I'll let it sit for, give me that covering over there, Cameron.
Which one? The cactus one?
These are some little beeswax in lieu of saran wrap. You just will cover this. The heat of your hands will actually make this stick. You just cover this and let this sit for an hour, and then you put it in the fridge, and it's ready for you whenever you want pita. But we have some already made up. Right here, this is what I brought actually from Mississippi.
And that's been at room temperature the whole time on their journey?
No, it's been in our ice chest and in your refrigerator.
Oh, so taking it out gave it the
Yeah,
right.
so it still smells good and sour. It smells like sourdough.
Yeah.
So, anyway, and I've also brought some plain spelt flour with me because that's what I've been eating is spelt flour. And I'll put some on the counter, like that. You use a lot of flour with this because the dough is kind of sticky. And I always take some and I sprinkle it on my dough like that. And then I take me a hunk of dough out like that.
In the case you're wondering, a hunk is a very precise scientific term.
That much.
I think that's 3/9 of a cup.
3/9 of a cup. Which would be a half a cup.
Third.
3/9, yeah, third. Sorry.
And you're the math head.
I'm the one that taught math, huh? Okay. Now Cameron has a giant rolling pin, so we'll see how good I do with the giant rolling pin. And I want to put some flour on my rolling pin where it won't stick. And we just roll it out. Would you want to put that pot on the front?
This one right here?
Turn it on.
Okay, so what?
Like medium. And then you just roll it back and forth. Like that. And I like to cook it in a black skillet. I find that it does good. I like to kind of turn it over too, to make sure. And they are kind of floury, you know, like that, but it keeps it from sticking so bad. And you can roll it out to whatever thickness you like it. And this one's turning out pretty. Maybe I ought to start using big rolling pins because sometimes mine are square and I don't want them square. And then you're just going to take this. It sticks together pretty good. And just lay it in your black skillet.
Oh, no butter or anything.
And then it's going to rise up. Yeah, sometimes I do put some butter, sometimes I
I'm
don't.
surprised you didn't put butter in there.
Oh, yeah, she knows. She knows I like to cook with my butter. And then and now I'm going to go ahead and turn it up. I didn't know how quickly I'd better make it. Sometimes when I'm doing this, though, it's a little too wet. And what I'll do is I'll ball it up and add some flour to it and roll it out again. And so we'll let that cook until it starts to bubble good, and we'll flip it over and let the other side cook.
It needs a little bit more dough. 'Cause you don't
AldermanFarms classes are hands-on learning.
And just get it off and turn
Erica
it over.
is now at the Pita station.
I don't know if I'm being successful.
Yeah,
doing
looks
great.
great. No pressure.
I'm a professional.
This- our-
Can't you tell?
All of our tens and tens of viewers are going to see this.
Flip it.
Yeah, and roll it, scrub it around. Well, let's get some more flour.
So it's very thin. Is it too thin?
We're gonna watch the one on the pan
It's
too.
about-
Yeah, see, it's bubbling.
Look, it's time. Here, you cut.
All right,
All right, Patty.
just gonna flip this over. Mine's kind of thick. It's kind of thick, but you know, just let it get brown on it.
Oh,
yum. And see, I have been using some butter in the pan sometimes because then you won't have the flour on it. You know, it kind of soaks
It looks
in.
artisanal though.
It is so good. Did you have some?
Best pita bread on the planet.
Artisanal.
Did you have mine?
See, it's nice and brown on both sides. And so I'm going to call this one done, and we'll put the next one in. What you can, are you still filming?
Yep.
What you can do is place it on a counter, and you can put like a bowl or a lid to a pot over it, and it'll keep it warm, and it'll also stay soft that way. Oh, come on. Let's get yours in. Will it come up?
Next.
There you go. Yeah,
I'll make one.
you made yours nice and thin.
So yours is going to cook
There you go.
more quickly too because the
Yeah.
pan is hotter
Yep.
and yours and it's thinner.
All right, start with some flour. I'm gonna put a little more flour here, just a pinch of it.
More?
I'd put a little bit more. There you go.
A chef. And then
Yep, get you a
See,
pinch.
it's already starting to bubble.
You can get a little bit more than that, yeah. And then make you a good ball with it, and then roll it in that on the counter.
I like this.
Well, and see, I meant it like this, because then you're gonna start rolling and get you some flour on your rolling pin.
All right, Erica, you need to flip yours already.
Oh my goodness!
oh, maybe mine.
Beautiful.
There. Puffing. Look at her, how hers is puffing up.
Oh.
And she did enough.
Ta-da! Woohoo! And there was much rejoicing.
And
Yay!
then you stab it with a
Yay!
fork.
Okay, Kaylee, you want to put yours
Oh,
in?
sure. Just pop it on there.
We got a pita line working here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kayla's got hers in.
Kayla's got hers in the skillet. Cameron is working his out.
It's got a gross. Yeah.
And it is easier to work with it when it's not white flour than the spelt, but like this spelt turned out really good for me.
I wanted mine to have some character.
Yeah?
Nobody likes perfectly round pita anyway.
No, of course not. So yours, hey look, it's the state of
We
Oregon.
did that and he
Eh.
made pita bread.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I could make like. So that's what I did. I thought-
Nicely done. Yeah, yeah, nice.
Evidence.
Evidence.
Wait. Do I flip it again? Oh.
Once it gets bubbled up good.
It's real bubbly.
Where's the fork?
Look at that.
It's starting to bubble. We got bubblage.
We can eat our own pita bread, right?
Well, of course. Well, I have this other with me that I can. Don't let me leave it out. I need to put it back on. Put it in my mouth and it's got flour. That's why I started doing the butter on there. But I really don't think we have any butter.
That's a pretty
Not
pita.
soft. I used the last time.
But I'll just put
We
a
have some in the
little bit.
freezer right there. Yeah, not soft though.
Well, we don't, I mean, just.
It's so
if you
funny.
put mayonnaise on it,
In
then
Oregon, the
uh,
butter's short and fat.
you know, sandwich kind of, yeah. And so if you put mayonnaise on it.
You notice that,
Mine's
Patty?
the only weird
What's
shape
that?
one.
Their butter's shaped different than ours.
Is that a pound? That's a pound? I mean, that's like equal.
No.
I mean, not
It's
pound,
a
not
it's a
pound.
quarter. It's a
That's
quarter
a Portland
pound.
pound compared to a Mississippi
Yeah.
pound.
No, it's
Yeah,
a Portland quarter compared to a Mississippi
But
quarter.
ours are long and skinny. Yours
Long
are
and
short
skinnier.
fat.
They're also short
No,
and
they're
fat.
usually skinnier. It's just,
It is the kind.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make the rest of this stuff.
Cam, you need to be checking.
I have-
We got bubblage.
I'll give it a little bit.
And if you do a bunch of them, depending on if you don't like the burnt taste, you know, you may need to clean your pan at some point
Yeah.
in the process.
But I like that.
Yeah.
Pita with Patti.
Ah, there you go. I like that.
Patty's Pita. That's a good marketing term for the farmer's market.
Oh, yeah, I meant to
Bags
say.
of Patty's Pita.
Patty's Pitas and Harb's hummus.
Yeah.
Who's hummus?
Harb's,
Who's
because
that?
we use a recipe I got from my friend Bassam Harb. It's
Oh,
his,
gotcha.
he's Lebanese, and it's his grandmother's recipe.
Woo!
Shut the front door.
All right, next. Well,
Also, I forgot to mention too, this recipe is in my sourdough start to finish ebook.
Yes. We'll put a link, or there is a link in the description of this
Yeah,
video.
There's a link.
Sorry, I kept the camera on
here's the
Patty
best
because I just
pita.
can't take my eyes off of
All
her.
right, Cameron says that his is the best pita. We ought to have pita judging. That's what we need to do. We need to show them all at the end to see who had the best.
Let the best pita win.
Let the people vote.
They can't vote, they can't taste it.
No, they have the best looking pita. I really think it's a sourdough.
Well, oh, got a thumbs up here.
It's very good.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
You're not just saying that for the camera, for
No.
our tens and tens of viewers?
No, it's very good.
It doesn't even need anything on it. It doesn't need butter or anything.
So without like stressing your memory banks, your initial reaction to me saying best pita on the planet.
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Best pita I've ever had on the planet.
Really? Nice.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's not just me. It's not just me.
Come over here.
All right. So I'm thinking class is dismissed.
I think they did a great job.
Yeah, and the taste test, Patty's pita passed the taste test. That's a lot of peas.
With flying colors.
With flying colors. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want. Give us a thumbs down if you want. We don't care. We appreciate that you watched. That's what matters. So we'll see you again from Alderman Farms, probably not in Portland.